A lot of people have made a big deal about where Monday Night Raw is going to end up in 2024. It's been a hot button topic in and around the wrestling community. Some people tend to think that WWE is going to land on FX as part of a package deal with Disney. Then there are others that want to see them end up on Warner Brothers Discovery and hope that those rumors are true. Right now, Warner Brothers Discovery is the home of AEW. The latest rumor is that WWE will land on Amazon Prime. What is the latest and my thoughts on this today right here on OTS? Karrion Kross has a new stable with Paul Ellering and the Authors of Pain. They now have a new name. We'll go over that. And Matt Riddle shoots on Brock Lesnar. Of course he did. He hasn't been free for more than 1 week, and he's already shitting on Brock Lesnar. All this, plus so much more right here on Off the Script. We will start with Matt Riddle, because I think this is hilarious. Matt Riddle claims that Brock Lesnar went into business for himself in the WWE Royal Rumble match back in 2022. Now, for years, Matt Riddle had talked about Brock Lesnar wanting a match with him in WWE. Although they never wrestled a singles match, they did get to share the ring for the Royal Rumble in 2022 and worked an Elimination Chamber match as well. Riddle noted in an interview that he promised the former WWE champion that he would stop calling Lesnar out publicly, which is no longer an issue with Riddle's departure from WWE, now working MLW, and now working New Japan Pro Wrestling, is Matt Riddle. Signed by Superstars hosted a virtual signing with Riddle where Matt Riddle claimed that he believes he was told he would be winning the 2022 Royal Rumble match. However, later he claimed that Lesnar went into business for himself and told people he was winning the match instead. This was after Lesnar put over Bobby Lashley earlier in the night, where Lashley went on to win the WWE Championship. He says, and I quote, "So I believe it's sports entertainment. That I was told at one point I was going to win the Royal Rumble and everything else. And then what was it? Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar because somebody came in and hit him with the belt or what have you. Then Brock came in, didn't want to do business with anybody, said he was winning, then he won, and then none of the producers, nobody stood up to him, and they let him do it. I didn't either. I didn't stand up to Brock Lesnar. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm just here." End quote. He also claimed that he was supposed to win the 2022 Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won by Austin Theory, a decision made by Vince McMahon hours before the match, which was ridiculous in his own right, because Austin Theory wasn't even in the fucking match. He came out at the last second as a surprise entrant and won the fucking match by doing nothing but 90 seconds of work. Thank God we don't live in the Vince McMahon era anymore. You know, I don't know what to believe when WWE superstars, or in this case, ex-WWE superstars, go out there and want to get their narrative across, because they haven't been able to do that in so many months, so many years, being tied down to WWE, where realistically you aren't able to say much of anything. Brock Lesnar, we've all known Brock Lesnar to get away with a lot. The only people that handle Brock Lesnar are Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon. And that's it. This was then. I'm not talking about now. Brock Lesnar obviously has to answer to Triple H now and Triple H's team. Vince has no say in anything. The only two people that handled Brock Lesnar ever, creatively, what he was doing, how long his title reigns were going to be, who he was going to wrestle, in the rare dates that he did have on his contract, Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon. That was it. Has Brock Lesnar went into business for himself? Sure. We've seen it. And sometimes it's been great because it's truly off the script, no pun intended. And when things happen like that, it just kind of shows you that, you know, WWE can be fun when they're not really tied down to fucking narratives and scripts and, you know, the formulaic shit that they usually go out there and give us. Brock Lesnar tends to go into business for himself when he feels he should go into business for himself. I truly believe that when Lesnar put over Cody, that the handshake and the hug and the raising of the hand when Cody beat him, that was not supposed to be. I didn't think that was part of the show. I think that was Lesnar truly going into business for himself because he felt like that was the moment. I should do this for Cody. This is the guy that they're going to rely on. And I think the fans looking at this now will get the perception that if I put him over, Cody's going to be solidified as the guy. Brock Lesnar, in that moment, just feels like he's a little bit more confident in himself to do the right thing. Hey, this is going to be a lot better if I add my 2 cents on top of that. Did Lesnar go into business for himself in the Royal Rumble? Did he go into the locker room and fucking walk in there and say, I'm winning the Royal Rumble, pal? No, of course not. Vince McMahon told him he was going to win the Royal Rumble, and then Lesnar, because he had the backing of Vince McMahon, can do whatever the fuck he wants, say whatever he wants. Nobody's going to combat him. Why would they? Vince told Brock he was winning the Royal Rumble, and that was it. When Vince tells you what you're doing, and it's in your favor, you feel unstoppable, you feel invincible. Doesn't matter if Matt Riddle doesn't like it, or this one doesn't like it, or that one doesn't like it. What are you going to do? You're not going to stand up to Lesnar. The fuck you going to tell Brock Lesnar? Hey, man, I was supposed to win the Royal Rumble. No, bitch. Vince told me I'm winning. Sit the fuck down. Lesnar didn't go into business for himself. Lesnar went into business with Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon gave him the okay. This is your creative, blah, blah, blah. But that's the secret about Brock Lesnar's creative. You may be told one thing, and then Vince says, you know what, I'm just going to go in this direction, and it's Brock Lesnar. You don't know what's going on with Brock Lesnar. Everything is kept very, very secretive when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Non-issue here. Non-issue here. This is just Matt Riddle wanting to be in the public spotlight. Love Matt Riddle. Think he's great. Working MLW. Had a great match with Jacob Fatu. He's going to do New Japan. He's going to wrestle Tanahashi. Great. Get out there. Do your thing. Show us what you can do. But this is just Matt Riddle saying shit for the sake of saying shit. And he needs to get his name out there because now he's not with the WWE. And it's going to be a little bit harder to get over doing the indies. He's going to need people to know who he is, where he is, what he's doing, etc., etc. Lesnar did not go into business for himself. WWE files a trademark for the Final Testament. WWE has locked down a new trademark that appears to be connected to the new faction that includes Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. This past Friday on SmackDown, which had their New Year's Revolution theme, Kross aligned himself with Akam and Razor alongside Scarlett and Paul Ellering. The group targeted and beat down Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. On January 7, WWE filed for the Final Testament. The trademark is listed for entertainment purposes. Although it could be the name of Kross's new finisher, it's likely the name of the new faction, which, if it hit the news and it's been trademarked on January 7th, more than likely we will either get this on TV Friday or the following week. So right before we get to the Royal Rumble, I'm assuming we'll get a name for this new group. I like it. The Final Testament. Great. TFT. Kross, I'm expecting big things from him in 2024. And a group with the Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, it just looks great. This is exactly the creative direction that he needed. And finally, guys, Monday Night Raw. A lot has been made about where Monday Night Raw is going. FX, Disney, Hulu, this one, that one, Warner Brothers. WBD doesn't want anything to do with Tony Khan. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. WWE is now, the latest rumor, is now set to land on Amazon Prime. After securing new TV rights deals for both NXT and SmackDown, this happened later in 2023. WWE has now put all of its focus on securing a new deal for Monday Night Raw. And while a lot of speculation suggested that Raw could find a new home on a station owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, potentially complicating WBD's existing relationship with AEW, a new prediction suggests another destination for Raw, one that would see the Red Brand leave cable television altogether. Now, while looking over the sports TV landscape in 2024, the Sports Business Journal predicted, this is not news, this is a prediction. These are the same people that predicted that WWE would be bought out by NBCU and that NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown would all land on NBCU, on USA Network, and then Comcast NBCU would end up buying WWE, which none of it ever happened. SmackDown went to USA Network, and NXT landed on the CW. Predictions, folks. Predictions. This is not what's going to happen. They predict that Raw's new home will be none other than Amazon Prime Video. The reasons given were Raw's strong numbers with young males, a demo Amazon is looking to grow in, and the opportunity for streaming services to obtain more live content to go along with Thursday Night Football. It was also predicted that Raw would remain on Monday nights should Amazon secure the show. Amazon has often been reported as in play for Raw's TV rights, though it was frequently stated or seen behind cable channel FX, long considered the favorite to land Raw or Warner Brothers Discovery. A scenario where Raw lands on FX as a part of a package deal involving Disney and TKO Group is believed to be in play and would be related to ESPN renewing its current deal with the UFC. However, it's thought said scenario would only become viable if Raw was unable to find the right money value in a new deal. We have never heard anything in regards to the new TV deal. I figured, and a lot of us were told that the deal was about to be made towards the end of the year. WWE could potentially announce it going into the new year on day one. They wanted to get it out there. I was hearing rumors that WWE may announce the new TV deal on the day of World's End to steal AEW's thunder for their big show on Long Island at the Nassau Coliseum. Obviously, that did not happen. Nobody truly knows where WWE is going right now. Obviously, with all the reports that Nick Khan and Triple H met with Warner Brothers Discovery out in Los Angeles and then here again in New York, and it was a successful meeting, nobody really knows where Monday Night Raw is going to end up. I do not think that WWE is going to land with Amazon Prime. I will say this, though. This is all speculation. This is all predictions here from the Sports Business Journal. I mean, we're now running with fucking predictions as news. This is what it's all come down to. I don't think that WWE is going to go with a streaming service now. But I will say that WWE likes to be ahead of the curve. They like to be in when no one else is in. They like to do something that no one else is doing. Right now, Thursday Night Football is, I don't know who else is doing live weekly episodic television shows. I mean, Thursday Night Football spans what, 18 weeks? I mean, all right, after 18 weeks, what other live content is there like that weekly that a streaming service has access to? I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head. Please, if you guys can tell me what other live weekly episodic TV show that there is. 52 weeks, give or take, 51 weeks out of the year. What other live weekly episodic show there is on a streaming network or service that will be there every week like WWE. I'd love for you to fill me in on what that is, because I can't really think of anything, and I don't really watch a lot of television to begin with, so I don't really know if there is something that spans all year as weekly live entertainment, new episodic television. There isn't. There isn't. WWE would be the first ever, potentially, of its kind, to land with a streaming service as a live weekly, never take a week off, no holidays, no breaks, no off season, live weekly episodic program for a streaming network. That's a big deal. Streaming networks who want to get into that type of realm, They're going to look at WWE as, man, that's great. You know, who else is doing that? And WWE loves to tout how they're the first in this and how they're the first in that and this and that. So I could see them doing that just for that sole reason alone. But monetarily, I don't have Amazon Prime. You don't have Amazon Prime per se, right? I know I don't. I'm just basing this off of my personal experience. Me. I don't have Amazon Prime. So to watch WWE Raw weekly, I have to now go out there and subscribe to Amazon Prime on top of all the other streaming services that I'm currently subscribed to. Plus, I already have cable, and I'm already paying for cable, which WWE is on right now. I don't have to go out there and spend another $100-some-odd a year for Amazon Prime. How many people are going to want to do that? I don't know. You know, the wrestling fan right now is being pinched and pulled in every which direction. You got to watch. So realistically, think about this. You got to watch Monday Night Raw on Amazon Prime. You got to subscribe to Amazon Prime. Then you got to watch Peacock, because that's the only place you're going to watch WWE premium live events and PLEs and specials and yada, yada, yada. So now you are going to watch 2/4 of WWE content through streaming services, and you got to pay additional costs to do that now, whereas it's only one. All you need to do is subscribe to Peacock, $9.99, $11.99, whatever the fuck it is, and you get to watch the PLEs. Now you're going to have to do that and subscribe to Amazon Prime to watch their PLEs on Peacock and Amazon Prime to watch Raw. I don't know how the wrestling fans are going to really respond to that, man. That's a lot of fucking money. It's a big deal. NXT's on CW, cable, or basic television, network television. SmackDown USA Network, cable. Peacock, fine. We're all paying for Peacock. That's fine. Monday Night Raw, USA Network. I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't really sound like a win-win for the fan out there. But WWE's not in the business for the fans. They're in business to make fucking money and do what's best for the company and make the most money they can. If WWE lands on Amazon Prime, I'm sure they'll be paid handsomely for their TV rights. But is it going to be financially sound for the fans out there to now pay for an additional streaming service to watch another WWE programming, where right now you can get that through your cable provider and not have to go out there and spend hundreds of dollars on Amazon Prime and a subscription to Amazon? Again, it's all a prediction. These are the same people that predicted that NBCU would buy WWE, and clearly that did not happen as it landed with Endeavor. Take it with a grain of salt. Nobody knows, and hopefully sooner rather than later we find out, because I'm fucking tired of hearing about this and talking about this. Just give the goddamn show a new home and call it a day. Seriously. I'm expecting it to happen this month, if not, definitely before WrestleMania. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you enjoyed today's upload, please let me know what you think down below of the news. Finally, I got a day off, and it's nice to get some content out there, man. I feel good, I feel refreshed, and I feel ready to go. Tonight we'll be live with Andrew Baydala, TNT, episode number 28, 8:30 p.m. Gonna be a good one. Make sure you guys tune in then. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, hit the thumbs up, and go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it, as we were live for the Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Script last night. Guys, I'll see you live tonight for TNT. Andrew Baydala and myself, episode 28, right here on OTS. I'll see you guys later.